Rising on the golden sands of Odisha stands a monument that has captured the imagination of the world for centuries. A temple that is not just carved in stone but etched into time itself. This is the Konark Sun Temple, the chariot of the sun god Surya frozen in motion. From far, it looks like an ancient fortress, but as you walk closer, its secrets begin to unfold. 800 years ago, master craftsmen built this temple as a celestial chariot with colossal wheels and mighty horses pulling the sun across the sky. Once towering at over 220 feet, it rivaled the tallest structures of its age. Yet today, it lies partly in ruins, whispering stories of lost grandeur. But here's the mystery. How could people of the 13th century carve with such precision that even the wheels could tell time like a sundial? What force drew sailors to call it the Black Pagoda? And why do legends still speak of a hidden power at its core? Every stone here carries not just artistry but a question, and every question draws us deeper into the spell of Konark. Stay with me as we unravel the history, the myths, and the mysteries of this timeless wonder, the Sun Temple of Konark. As we walk deeper into Konark, we come to the Nata Mandapa, the dance hall of the Sun Temple. At the doorway, two giant lions stand guard. Each lion is shown crushing an elephant, and beneath the elephant lies a man. This is more than decoration, it tells a story. Pride defeats strength, and strength crushes the weak. A reminder that power is never permanent. Inside, this hall was once alive with music and dance. This was the stage where dancers performed for the sun god. Their movements, their songs, their rhythm were offerings of devotion. The sound of drums and flutes, the jingling of anklets, once filled this space and gave life to the stone pillars around us. But what makes this hall even more special is the story of the rising Sunday. On certain days of the year, the equinoxes, when day and night are equal, and during the festival of Ratha Saptami, which is celebrated as the sun god's chariot day, the first rays of the morning sun entered through this very pavilion. The light traveled in a straight line across the hall and fell directly on the idol of Surya inside the sanctum. Imagine that moment, the golden light of the rising sun, piercing through the stone columns, touching the feet of the sun god himself. It was as if the universe itself joined the worship, the sun bowing to his own image. This was not a coincidence. The architects of Konark planned it with precision. They aligned the entire temple along the east-west axis so that on these sacred days, light would perform its own ritual. Centuries before modern astronomy, they had already mastered the movement of the cosmos. Today, the idol is gone and the hall is silent. But if you stand here at dawn, you can still sense it as though the light remembers the path it once took, and the stones remember the dance that once filled this space. Now we come to the most famous part of Konark, the giant stone chariot itself. The sun god, Surya, is believed to travel across the sky in a chariot pulled by 7 horses. Here, the divine vision has been carved in stone. Look at the walls of the temple, you will see the horses, frozen in motion, pulling the massive chariot, and along the base stand the 24 wheels, each over 12 feet high, carved with astonishing detail. But these wheels are not just beautiful, they are also functional. Each one works as a sundial. By watching the shadow cast on the spokes, the people of the 13th century could tell the exact time of day down to minutes. Imagine that, a temple that was not just a place of worship, but also a calendar and a clock carved from stone. Why 24 wheels? Some say they represent the 24 hours of the day. Others believe they symbolize the 12 months and the cycle of the year. And the 7 horses? They are said to be the 7 days of the week, pulling time itself forward. The entire temple is not only a shrine, it is the journey of time, of the universe, of life itself. If you look closely, every wheel is decorated with delicate carvings, gods, dancers, musicians, animals, and daily scenes. They remind us that life is not just about worship, but also about music, love, war, and celebration. There are also mysteries hidden here. Some researchers believe the wheels may have been used to track the movement of the sun and even predict eclipses. Others think the exact alignment of the chariot shows deep knowledge of astronomy that is still hard to explain. Standing before these wheels and horses, you feel that this is not just a temple. It is a vision of the cosmos, the sun riding across the heavens, time turning endlessly, and humanity watching in awe. Inside the sanctum once stood a magnificent idol of the sun god made of a rare magnetic stone. The statue did not rest on the floor, it appeared to float in the air, suspended by the force of powerful magnets fixed into the walls and ceiling. Devotees entered in awe, seeing the sun god seemingly suspended in space, bathed in the first rays of the rising sun that streamed in through the eastern doorway. It was a vision of both devotion and science, where energy itself became part of worship. Within the complex of Konark, alongside the Great Chariot, stand two smaller shrines, the Maya Devi Temple and the Chaya Devi Temple. Maya Devi, the goddess of illusion, represents the mysterious power that veils reality. Chaya Devi, the goddess of shadow, represents the unseen, the eternal shade that follows the light. Together, these shrines remind us that the sun is not only brilliance and energy, but also mystery and balance. Here, devotion was not limited to Surya alone. The divine feminine was honored too, completing the cosmic circle of light and shadow, illusion and truth. These temples whisper that the universe is never one sided, it is always a dance of opposites. But time has not been kind to Konark. The once towering sanctum, rising over 220 feet high, collapsed centuries ago. The floating idol of Surya vanished, the magnetic heart was removed, and what remains today are ruins of a wonder that once defied imagination. And yet, even in ruin, Konark lives on. Every sculpture, every wheel, every horse still speaks. The temple is no longer filled with priests or dancers, but its stones carry echoes of chants, music, and footsteps that once celebrated the rising sun god. Legends like that of Dharmapada, the boy who gave his life for the temple, are not forgotten. They remind us that Konark was built not only of stone but also of sacrifice and spirit. Today, as the sun sets behind the temple, its story rises again in a different way. Each December, during the Konark Dance Festival, artists from across the world gather here. Under the open night sky, against the backdrop of the chariot wheels, dance and music return to this sacred ground. The same rhythms that once echoed in the Nata Mandapa rise again, carrying Konark's spirit into the present. The temple may be broken, but its vision is eternal. Konark is not just a monument of the past, it is a journey of time, a fusion of science and devotion, of mystery and art. As long as the sun rises in the east, the chariot of Konark will never truly stop moving. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the timeless wonder of the Konark Sun Temple. If you enjoyed this video and would like to explore more history, myths, and monuments with me, please subscribe to Let's Know History.